Up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence. Today I want to talk a little bit about having good ideas and having bad ideas, because some ideas are just inherently bad ideas and some ideas are just inherently good ideas, and it doesn't matter how hard you try at a bad idea, it's gonna suck, right? It doesn't matter if you spend years and years and years and years making it better and better and better, it's just a bad idea from the outset, right? And you can't do anything about that. So the way I see it is, instead of trying to get really ingrained into making sure that those bad ideas make them as good as possible, just do them, get them over and done with, let them be bad, and then just get on with something that's good. Get a good idea, and then you can do that just as quickly as well. You can just make sure that these ideas are done. It's hard to do this sort of video really, because maybe this is a bad idea, I don't know. I thought this was going to be a really good idea, and then I sat down and I started recording, and then it turns out that I don't really have a vast amount to say on the topic. So in a way, is this a bad idea? Do you understand the kind of point that I'm making? Instead of sitting here doing take after take after take after take, trying to get the best version of this bad idea done, right? Because the best version of this bad idea isn't going to be particularly much better than this, right? So instead of spending all that effort trying to get that extra 10% out of it, why don't I just be happy with the 90% and then just move on, and then I can just get another 90% from another thing, which might be a better idea, and then get that over and done with, and then move on to another thing and get that over and done with. And the more of those things that I can do, the more ideas I can get out there, the more 90% that I can acquire. The more 90% that I can acquire, the better I can sort of be, and the more things I can make, and the more things I can do. It's better to do lots of things and to try lots of things and to go out and make lots of things than it is to just sit there and just get obsessed over this one thing, right? And I've done that so many times, and I don't want to do that anymore. I would rather just make whatever, and if it turns out kind of shite, then it turns out kind of shite. And that's just the end of it. That's just how it works. Some ideas are going to be crap and some ideas are going to be good. That's just the nature of the beast at the end of the day. You can't help that. Some things are going to be good, some things are going to be bad, and that's just it, yeah? I mean, with this video in particular, I thought I was going to have so much to say, I thought there was going to be so much to do, but there isn't. So that's just it, really. Yeah, there's not much else left to say. I mean, what can you say about it? What can you say about a bad idea, other than it's a bad idea? You can get it done, you can get it sorted, and that's just it. That's all you can do. You can't do anything more than that. And yeah. And the best thing about this video is the background there. Yeah? Am I allowed to be here? I mean, I'm going to be gone in a second. Yeah? Is that all right? All right. Cheers. Thank you. So yeah, it's sometimes a bad idea is just going to be a bad idea, as I was just saying. I find it interesting though that I thought this was going to be such a good idea. I thought this was going to be one of my best ever videos, and I was really passionate about it. And I came here and I thought this was going to be a fantastic shot. The shot isn't even all that good. And the idea isn't all that good. That keeps happening. All right. Yeah, we know. All right. That keeps getting in the way. So, there's not much I can get out of this. It's not a good idea, right? But you know what? It's better to do the bad idea and get on with your life and start doing good stuff, rather than going the other way around and trying to make this video absolutely perfect. Because in the time I could spend making this video absolutely the perfect version of this video that I could possibly make, I could have made 20 other videos, and of those, 10 of them could have been way better than this, because they would have been good ideas from the outset. What's that saying? I don't particularly like the saying, you can polish a turd. You can't polish a turd, but it is true. You can't polish one. You can sort of spray it with a bit of, I don't know, some sort of drying element. You can maybe put it in the oven for a little bit, but that's going to stink your house out. But you know what? You can do that, and that dries it out. And the more dry you get your shite, then you can kind of maybe paint it over. You can paint it blue, maybe make it look like a pebble. What are fossil fuels if not just dinosaur shite? So, that's a turd that they managed to polish, and they turned it into fuel that powers these light bulbs. So, you can polish a turd, I suppose, but do you really want to? Do you want to be responsible for the fossil fuel industry? Because I sure don't. So that's just kind of my attitude to it, really. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. What do you think about it? Do you think that bad ideas can become good ideas, even if they're bad ideas from the outset? Or do you think that, it's better to just get stuff over and done with? I'm wondering if with a bad idea, if it's not so much the entire idea of it's bad, it's just a certain element of it. And it's all about trying to find that certain element. Like with this idea, for instance, maybe the location isn't
Customer service
perfect
update
because
for
of
the
that,
control room at
right?
Tottenham Court
Maybe
Road.
there's something about the
district
topic
line is
that needs to be a bit more
partially
in-depth.
between Earls Court,
Maybe there's
Ealing
something
Broadway,
more about
and
the.
Richmond.
Maybe there's something more
A
about the.
reminder
Maybe
delays on the
shut
Jubilee
up.
line. The Piccadilly line is partially suspended between King's Cross,
I don't care.
Heathrow Terminal 5, Heathrow Terminal 4, and Heathrow Terminals
all right.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
The Waterloo and City line is closed. The DLR is partially suspended between
I'm trying to make a
Tower
point
Gateway,
here.
Bank, Canning Town, and Lewisham. The London Overground is partially suspended between Willesden Junction.
Not only is it
Surrey
suspended,
Quays,
but it also
and
fucks my
Clapham
video.
Junction.
How's that?
The London Tramlink is partially suspended.
You
Good
don't-
service on other London Underground lines,
Come on.
other DLR routes, other London Overground routes, and the Elizabeth line.
Maybe it's not so much that the idea itself is bad, but there's a certain nugget of badness within it. Maybe it's not that it's a turd that you're trying to polish. Maybe it's, you know, like a cornetto, there's that little brown bit at the bottom. Maybe that's the turd, right? And if I can just snap that bit off, then that's fine. Or maybe it's like a haystack and there's a little bit of shite in the haystack and I just need to get the shite out, and then the bits of, you know, hay that are connected to the shite, where it's stained, those bits of hay with shite, I just need to get all of that stuff out of it, and then suddenly the idea is just good again. Maybe that's the case. But is it? I shouldn't do that by trying to make the same video again and again and again, doing the same idea again and again and again. The way you should go about it is by trying to do it in different ways, tackle the same subject with different, you know, from different angles, see what works, see what doesn't. And that's just kind of it, really. That's how I treat it. I think that the more times you try something, the better you get at it, and the better you get at it, the more efficient you get at it. And the way that I see it as well is that there will be some shite ideas. You are going to put some shite ideas out there into the world. But even then, with a shite idea, there's still that nugget of something useful in it. And is it so much that there's a nugget of good in the shite, or is it just that there's a nugget of shite in the good? That's up to you to decide. I can't make that decision for you. But what I can say is that you should go out there and...
conditions, surfaces around the station may be slippery.
We're indoors.
Please take extra care.
What I can say is that you should go out there and try stuff. Try and make something bad. And I bet if you try to make something bad, it will come out decent. That's just how it works, you know? You try and make something shite and you end up making something pretty decent. You try and make something pretty decent, it turns out shite. That's just the end of it, really. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, everybody. I hope you managed to get something out of it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And yeah, thank you very much, and have a good one, and take care, and bye-bye.